Hey y'all, it's your girl Tasha, aka Mama Jim, aka Jim the Butterfly, and I'm here with your Scorpio team monthly general teroscope. Y'all, that's always so much for me to say. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I want to say happy birthday to all sun sign Scorpios out there. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been liking, sharing, and subscribing to videos, purchasing readings, following me on Instagram, donating to the channel so that I purchase these beautiful babies, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, which is by John Holland, and the self-care cards by Cheryl Richardson. I think they're freaking cool. I will do this is a general reading for Scorpio. One card for general, one card for career, love, finances, and health. And then I will also draw a self-care card for you guys. Okay, so let's see what we have coming in from a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Scorpio. This one just flew out. So let's see what we have. That was the Justice card, guys. I just want to let you guys know. And you have another one, actually two to fly out. I'm not even going to look at those for right now. The general energy. Career, love, and health. All right. Scorpio, you have you have three bonus cards that came out. You have the detached card, which is like the Justice card. You also have dedicated effort, which is the Eight of Pentacles, and then you also have the Seven of Cups, which is the daydreams and decisions, which is the Seven of Cups. I feel like you're detaching yourself with the general energy, seeking the truth. I feel like you're going to have to separate yourself from some people during this month to I feel like you're trying to rediscover yourself or rediscover a purpose or rediscover a reason, or even not even rediscover. Maybe you're trying to discover a reason. I feel like you're looking for answers, and I feel like you cannot be around people to do so. I feel like you're going to definitely have to change your environment, or the people who are in your environment. It's going to have to be some type of rearrangement for that. I feel like for some of you, you're really strategizing this month. I feel like you're really working things or manipulating things in your favor. I feel like some of you are going to have to be doing some sneaking. I feel like maybe you're sneaking, or I don't want to use sneaky. I feel like spying is the better word. I feel like some of you are let's not use spying. That sounds so let's use investigational. Some of you have a very investigational spirit this month, okay? Or it could be the opposite. Some be investigating you. Now, I don't really feel like it's criminal. Could be criminal, but not really. I feel like you definitely want to dot your I's, cross your T's. That's what I have, this dedicated effort. I feel like some of you are working on solo projects this month. And it's just because you're wanting it to go perfectly. And some of you, it's like, if you don't do it, then it's not going to be done right. So you want to do it. You're owning it. Okay. I do. I feel like for some of you, this is the month of one questions. Whether you're going to be asking somebody one question, so somebody coming at you with a lot of questions, like, damn, like, why are you? So somebody feels like they're prying, okay? Trying to get to the truth of a matter. This could also be just repetitive work if it's not within a relationship. And if it is within a relationship, I say it's more business, or yeah, I could say family too, and relationship. Business wise, definitely, if there's something that you've been doing, just for example, if you like to steal a little pack of copier paper and take it home for your printer, you don't want to do that, because I feel like somebody's actually been keeping count. Okay, not to say that anybody's a thief, but just that type of thing. You want to, somebody's prying, or if you were making a lot of personal phone calls and you think nobody's watching, I feel like somebody's watching. Okay, so just be aware of that. Or maybe you have been watching, you're noticing, you're observing someone's behavior. Okay. That's interesting. I also feel like some of you you're separating yourself in the effort to make something better, to improve some. It could be, I feel like you're improving yourself. So this could be, as far as when it comes to health, you have the Two of Cups here. I feel like some of you are definitely dedicated to creating an environment for better health. I feel like for some of you, you're using the tool. using the tool of visualization, excuse me, to aid you in this point. I feel like a lot of you are really taking time to meditate this month. I feel like some of you are really going out into nature this month. I also feel like some of you are really putting in a lot of hours at the gym. It's become very therapeutic for you to exercise, or yeah, I feel like exercise for some of you, you're really liking that. And I don't feel like you're doing it with a group. Maybe you started off wanting to do it with a group, but now you're really, it's just easier and it's more peaceful and less stressful for you to include other people. You just like to do it by yourself right now. When it comes to your job, you have choose your battles, which this is the card of the 7 of Wands. I do feel like for some of you, you're going to have to stand your ground as far as principles, ethics is concerned. I feel like for some of you, maybe this is what this, maybe people are, I feel like for some people, they be prying within your personal life, okay? And that may be what's going on. I feel like some people be, because you're choosing to detach and separate yourself, I feel like some people be concerned, but you're going to take it as prying and be like, hold on, my work life is work life, private life is private life. Leave those two. We're not going to intertwine those two energies, okay? Those two environments. I feel like also, again, when it comes to any like rules or politics, office politics, organizational politics, I feel like you're definitely going to be defending, or some of you may be involved in that. Some of you may be defending your own stance of why you um like defending your actions on the job, something that you did on your job, and you're having to defend why you did it. Okay. Be careful about I keep saying it again, of investigation. Some people be investigating. I also feel like choose also who you, there's a person. Okay, instantly I thought of I feel like a person that just always is in your face. Um, if this person feels like they think they're your manager, maybe they like to micromanage everybody, and that includes you, but yet they're not your manager. I feel like this person's been getting on your nerves. Okay, I'm just saying. Definitely want to choose your battles as to what, how you retaliate or how you respond to this person. I feel like this person is really trying to push your buttons, almost as if to form a case against you. And it's not going to apply to everybody, okay? But I feel like if you've had run-ins, this is applying to you Scorpios, that there's a specific person at your job, and I feel like you two you've had a history of run-ins together, or disagreements about something. They're just always in your face. They're never said. They're always nitpicking about what you do or why you do the things that you do. And you always find yourself having to justify your actions to this person or to a body of people. Please choose your battles. This is not the time to be petty. Okay, even though I feel like for some of you, you probably will feel very justified to do so, but now is not the time to be petty. Okay, just and definitely watch your words. Okay, please put your energy in watching your reactions, because I feel like there's somebody trying to test you. Okay, um, when it comes to love, you have the Emperor card. I feel like some of you probably you will be dealing with, some of you are going to be finding some things out about your father, especially if you don't know your father or didn't know your father very well, or maybe your father passed on before you were born. I feel like you're going to be finding out some information about him. I also feel like for some of you, um, you are leading when it comes to your relationship, and you're leading in understanding. I feel like as you're learning yourself, you're learning about love, and as far as how to detach yourself and not to get yourself so emotionally involved to a point where someone else's actions drag you down. I feel like you're really looking at love from a detached point of view. I feel like for some of you, you have like a take it or leave it, or you're feeling very indifferent this month about love. Now, I also feel like for some of you, you're finding out some information about a person, and I don't feel like it's negative. I feel as if the information that you find out about this person um, re-solidifies how you feel about them in a positive way. I feel like for some of like you're really for women, excuse me, you're really attracted to very assertive, um, very masculine, perceivably strong, emotionally strong men, like emotionally stable men. I feel like for men, you are coming off this way. You're coming off very self-assured. It's not arrogance, but you approach relationships very directly. And I feel like for some of you, for some people, you may scare some people off because you're so direct. And I feel like it's okay for you because you know exactly what you want. So to you, it's like you're able to sift through um the good ones. You want you there are ones that you what's the word? Oh y'all know I do this all the time. Um I want to say sifting through the cracks, but that's not what I want to say. But it the people that fall off who are intimidated by you, you're okay by it. Okay? That's the best way I can say it. You're fine with it because you know what you want. And I feel like things in love right now are really black and white. Either it is or it isn't. Okay. I feel like for some of you, you be putting that out on the table. Or for some of you, you are showing other people, you have no problem showing other people how to love you, which is good. Okay. And I feel like you had to take that step out of yourself. You had to detach. Some of you may be walking away from some people because this is the karma card, um, along with this emperor. Some of you be okay. Some of you be hiring a private investigator. Okay. If you're not doing investigating yourself, you're hiring a private investigator. Some of you feel like somebody kind of, there's somebody else around, a third party situation or whatever. You need to find out what it is. And I feel like maybe you've been putting it off because you were not ready to find out what the truth is, but I feel like you're ready to try. I feel like for others of you, you're just showing people, you're leading by example of what you feel love is to you. And I feel like you're showing, okay? You're ready to show. Demonstrate it too. It's also you're demonstrating it through your acts, okay? Um, drawing clear lines as well if need be. Yeah. Um, moving forward to your finances. I have the rebuild card now. That's equivalent to the tower. I feel like for some of you, what you're rebuilding, I don't really feel like I don't feel like it's the tower card. Let me just say this. The tower card is not always a negative card. Okay. I feel like in this month, what you're rebuilding is how you handle money, how you view money. I feel like for some of you, excuse me, I feel like for some of you, if this was a situation where your money situation, you felt as if it hit rock bottom, I feel like this is a point where you're going to be able to rebuild your finances. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're really trying to get to. I feel like you're examining your spending habits. Okay, just as a person who is aware of if they're an emotional eater, they start to keep a diary and they jot down, okay, well, whenever they're feeling sad or whatever, and then they go eat. And I feel like it's like I see you going back looking at a diary or going back looking at a journal, and maybe you're looking at finance, maybe you're looking at your bank statements. But I feel like you're going to start to notice a trend in how you spend, and I feel like you're determined to reverse that trend or reverse that behavior and try to. Some of you are trying to rebuild your credit. I feel like some of you are trying to get. This is a month where you be refinancing home, car. Um, I feel like for some of you, if you had a repossession of a vehicle and you've been struggling, maybe you've been carless for a while, I feel like this month I feel like it's favorable for you to start the car purchasing process again, or at least looking for one. Let me get another card. Yeah. Six of Wands, which is the believe and succeed card. So I feel like something was torn down, but I feel like again, I feel like that Tower card really feels like it was in the past, would affect you in a positive way. Because I feel like the rug was pulled from under you, and you thought that in some ways that you were much more financially secure than you actually were, but now you're in a position to really start from rock bottom. Like I feel like all the depression and despair that you faced about it is over, or is coming to an end, and now you're ready to get back in there, put some energy in there, and um try to build your financial self back up again. um I feel like for some of you, it really made you look at yourself, because I feel like some of you what's the word I'm looking for? I'm about to say equivalent, equate your self-worth with your financial worth. And so when this was ripped from under you, I feel like it really made your self-worth plummet. But you realize that, you know what, you are not the sum of your or you're not the sum of your assets. You still have worth about you. And you understand that, you know what, this, just because this happened this one time doesn't mean it's going to happen again, because now you understand what you need to do, because you've been researching. Some of you have been reading books on finances. I feel like some of you have been reading regarding saving and investing. I feel like for some of you, maybe even begin to I feel like some of you are even, if you're not getting your credit repaired, I feel like some of you are repairing credit. I feel like some of you are also something about a business loan. Maybe you had a business in the past that didn't do well, that maybe that what it was. But now you're ready to start and try it again. You'll be starting a little smaller. Maybe you felt like you were a little overzealous at one point in time. Maybe you overestimated your overhead. Um, but I feel like you're ready to get back in it now. Okay. And we discussed health already. So again, I do feel like you're getting back into balance within yourself, especially with health. It seems like things are on the upswing right now. I feel like the only issue that you really have to deal with is work. But this person, I feel like you would have the right amount of tact to put this person in their place, to let them know, like, listen, not today, boo. You didn't want to try this today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Hell, 5 years from now, you don't want to do this today. Okay. And I feel like it's going to be understood, but I do feel like people are going to try to test you, or at least challenge you. But I feel like you're going to stand up to it, and it's not going to be a problem. So especially if you're on a job where your documentation is vital, if you want to make sure that your documentation is impeccable this month, because I feel like that's going to be your saving grace. And I feel like for some of you, especially if there's something that you process, or I feel like you're gonna know when as you're working on it. It could be a patient, it could be whatever, but whatever you're working on, you just, something about it feels like, you know what, it's gonna be trouble. Let me make sure I document this correctly, because in case somebody ever comes back to me, I can provide them this type of documentation. CYA, cover your ass. Okay. So that's what I feel. But I don't feel like anybody's gonna come. I don't feel like they're going to succeed. All right. So your self-care card for the month is truth. Love it. What does the other one, the top one, say? Your general energy, seek the truth. Okay. And then, I'm gonna just tell you guys too, if there was something that you didn't do, and I feel like if maybe you didn't put 40% of the effort, or maybe it was a little negligent or whatever, I feel like you're gonna have to tell the truth, because it's like, I feel like if somebody comes to you with something and you're trying to decide in your mind, like, okay, do I say a little white lie about this, or do I need to go ahead and just say what I know? Go ahead and say what you know. Okay. Because I feel like strongly, I don't know why I keep feeling like that, but I feel like somebody already knows the answer anyway. Okay. So it says, tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. All right. So good luck to you. Happy birthday, guys. I feel like things are right on track for you. I feel like you're definitely standing in your truth, and you are creating boundaries around yourself in order not to close people out, but just to protect you. People will come in. It's just like one of those, like I said, a sifter earlier. I feel like you will let those who are worthy in, they'll come in. Those who need to be there, I'm not going to say worthy, but those who need to be there will be allowed to pass through. All the other little all the the stress causers, the negative Nancy's, all of them, they're gonna stay on the other side. You're not gonna be able to let them through, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's what you've been waiting for. Excuse me, because that's what we have here. This dreams and decisions. I feel like you just been trying to figure out how you can do it without hurting anybody's feelings. I don't feel like you're hurting anybody's feelings. I feel like those who understand you are going to understand your motives, okay? And those who don't, then you know what? That's their problem, not yours. Okay? So, thank you so much, guys. If this resonates with you and you would like a personal reading, all of the information is down below in the description box. Have a wonderful, and I will see you in. Bye.